Good morning, guys. So it's currently Monday, July 8th, 2024, and I currently just entered a trade. I am trying out the Silver Bullet strategy from ICT. I want to add it onto my current arsenal of strategies, which I only have one, but I just want to see if this strategy may work for me or not. So I want to just try it out for the next couple of months. We'll see what the win rate is like. So moving on to the charts, I am currently in a long position. I'll show you guys right here. Currently already down like $6. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like fluctuating pretty quickly. So my whole reasoning for entering this trade is that on the 1 hour, I mark the highs and lows of the 9 o'clock candle. So here, high and low. Then I move down to the 1 minute and I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity, which we got multiple times here. I actually woke up kind of late for this trade. So when I did wake up, it was around like this area right here. So basically price went all the way back down and then swept liquidity. Then it created displacement and I was looking to enter into a fair value gap, which formed right here. Setting up a limit order on the minute chart is pretty hard, for me at least, right? So I had to do a market order, but price was moving so quick. Like the second price taps here, I clicked buy and my entry was up here. But there also is slippage, so I mean I can't really control that. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I shouldn't have entered on this trade or not, because this was a break of structure, right? And price could continue moving downward. So I'm not too sure if that was a mistake on my part. I mean, I already entered over here. This fair value gap seemed to be supporting price at this area, which is why I took it. But then when this massive candle formed, I mean, it's not too bad because price continued consolidating, but it's not at a great area. So right now I'm looking for this candle to potentially break up and close somewhere in this area over here, or at least pass this order block. And then, yeah, I'm just looking for this candle to move here somewhere, hopefully. It's currently 7:58 and the time frame for this trade is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time, but for me it's 7 to 8. So I already took my entry and now I just gotta wait for price to make its move. So yeah, I mean, there's another potential entry maybe, like right over here. There's a mini sweep. We're gonna look for a break of structure over here, or potentially. Like I want to ideally break over this order block. I mean, I think, so when I was back testing this, the win rate was pretty bad. Like it was like 30 something percent. I was aiming 2 risk to reward, right? Which it always resulted in like a -1 or 2R in the grand scheme of things, which kind of sucks. But I wasn't really applying like the higher time frame draw on liquidity. Like I'm probably gonna backtest it again and use a higher time frame liquidity or area of interest. So as of right now, I did decide to go long because I was like, I mean, price could still come down here, but because we're so bullish, I'm looking for price to continue higher. There is a fair value gap here that got tapped like very lightly. Hopefully price can bounce off this fair value gap and continue higher. So it's currently 801, so I'm not going to take another entry, but I already took my entry. So the RR for this trade is 2.32. I set an alert here because I thought this would be the 3R mark, but unfortunately it wasn't. I'm going to see how I can improve on this trade for next time, because like I think entering on this displacement into the fair value gap, I'm not sure if that was the correct move or not. Alright, so I decided to use this strategy because I like the idea of your setup and your entry being within the 1 hour time frame that you're given, which is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. New York time, which happens to be like 7 o'clock a.m. to 8 a.m. my time. And I'm usually awake around these times, so it's pretty like convenient. I can take a trade, or like I can look at the markets before work, set a limit potentially, or set an order, and then go to work, set and forget, and whatever happens, right? I like the idea that it's a real day trade. I like that everything can be finished in one day. So I don't have to wait for a long period of time just for my trade to hit stop loss, or wait for it to take profit. Like if I lose on that day, it is what it is, just move on. Just like bam, 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 right? So that's that. I mean, there's not much else to say about this trade. We'll see how this plays out, and after that I'll probably look it over to see if there's any way I can improve on it, or like at least my entry, right? For now, I think that was the best area in my opinion, or that was the only area that gave a fair value gap to enter within the given time, because here would have been a better entry, but it's like past 11, right? So yeah, I mean, that'll be all for now. I'll get back to you guys once the trade plays out. Alright guys, so it's currently 8:25 a.m. I entered this trade around 7:40. So we've been in the trade for around roughly 45 minutes. And yeah, I mean, price just hit my take profit, as you guys can see here. So in total, I made a $23.99 profit. And I think I was also slipped in terms of like when price did spike up. My initial take profit was supposed to be like 22 something, but I'm not complaining. So I'll show you guys right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Basically, yeah, I mean, that was my first silver bullet trade after back testing on the weekend, and it ended up being successful. So that was pretty cool. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in it for now. Anyways, guys, that'll be all for this trade. We'll wait for the next opportunity to present itself, and then yeah, we'll move on from there. Peace. Alright guys, so it's currently 11:57 p.m. and I'm waiting for the 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. window to start for the silver bullet strategy. So basically, there's a fair value gap that I'm looking for price to potentially draw to. The double top here already got swept and price is continuing lower. In 30 seconds, I would like to see price to continue higher, then lower. I'd like for this to go higher, create a fair value gap, and then retrace into it. And that's when we'll take our entry. Alright guys, so I just placed a limit order at the fair value gap right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if I got filled or not, but there's my limit. I don't think it's a great risk to reward. I don't like how far away it is going from my entry. If price continues higher without filling me in here, then I'm not gonna even, I'm just gonna close the limit order. So my max loss would be $9.16 USD. My profit would be $20.22. If this closes beneath, okay, so close beneath the fair value gap here, I might get filled soon. Alright, I should have been filled. At least that's what TradingView is showing me. And I'm like clearly past it. And I'm still not getting filled. Alright, so I'm officially entered into the trade. Price was so much lower and I got filled higher, so I got slipped. That sucks. We'll see how price plays out. There's a fair value gap here, and I'm looking for price to close above it. But yeah, if I entered in the market order when my limit order was placed here. So for example, I set my limit order, right? I'm still not getting filled. Should I have just deleted the limit and just entered in market over here? That would have been a better entry as well. Now we're targeting this high over here. Swing high, and then up here, and then eventually our take profit. And if price does retrace down, hopefully these fair value gaps hold. That was very quick. I'd like very much for price to retrace off this fair value gap. I don't want price to retrace off this fair value gap here. I just want it to break past it and then continue higher. I'm hoping it can. Again, there is like very much, you can't rely on hope. Shoot, that is not what I want to see. I think my entry was actually decent. There was definitely displacement, clear displacement, entered on the fair value gap right over here. I'd like for this to close over the previous fair value gap here. Come on, come on. We're so close to take profit. Kind of, not really. I just want price to push up. And I'm praying I don't get slipped from my TP. Right, so a new fair value gap has been formed. We drag that up here, actually. I'd very much like for price to bounce off this fair value gap and continue higher. I'm liking the rejection, but there's still 30 minutes to the there's still 30 seconds till the candle close. I do like that we did kind of break past this order block though. The price was able to move at least above it. Unfortunately, it didn't close above it. I'm looking for this candle to hit my TP. Alright, is TP hit? Oh, TP was hit. So we just made $20.94. That was 25 minutes in. We just hit that top right there and price is straight up rejecting it. But overall, that was pretty cool actually. I thought this entry was not bad at all. Like in my head, I didn't really like the beginning. Price was dropping really fast, right? But I guess in a sense, it was the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, I mean, that'll be it for now, guys. I feel like using the higher time frame bias definitely helps a lot. So like I said initially, when price was here, I was hoping for price to sweep down and continue higher when the 3 a.m. candle opened. But instead, price moved up, right? So I was looking for price to continue higher, then move lower. But as you can see, once 3 a.m. candle opened, we went all the way down, took out this area of liquidity, and continued higher, which is actually good for me because that's what I originally wanted. And we got a great entry on the fair value gap. Unfortunately, we were slipped a little bit, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, it's currently 12:26 a.m. I'm gonna head to bed. It is so hot. I gotta take a shower. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Alright, what is up guys? So it's currently 6:53 a.m. I just woke up. I am so tired. But I was thinking to myself, like, this is another opportunity to take a trade in the market because there is a time restriction on this trade, meaning it's like from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Those are the only times where I can take the trade, and that's the only time where my setup forms. That's the rule, right? So I'm like, gotta do what you gotta do. Alright guys, so price did end up coming back down, and that's when I took an entry over here. So price spiked back down, and then there was a little fair value gap here that eventually got filled, which is where I set my limit order. Unfortunately, we did get stopped out and we lost around $13.90 USD. So yesterday I took a trade and there were multiple sweeps to the downside, which is why when I saw it happen again, I'm like, okay, there's still an opportunity to be taken here. But I think where I went wrong was the sweep up here. So price already swept this double top and then continued lower. I'd like to see price break above here before taking another entry again. Maybe it's still valid. So if price breaks above here, we'll look for a retracement into some fair value gap to continue higher. So I might set a limit order here for a long, but I'd like to see the break of structure first. So I did set my entry right here. Here's a limit that's been placed. I don't know if you guys can see that. But will price even reach this area? Okay guys, so depending on where this candle closes, I should have been filled, but of course I was slipped. That's the question, do we even get another opportunity? Okay, fuck this limit. I just took a market order. If we do continue up higher in profit, then we'll definitely move the stop loss. Should I even look at this? Nah, I'm not gonna look at this. I'll get back to you guys once price finishes making its move. Alright guys, so unfortunately I did take a loss on the second NAS 100 trade for the AM Silver Bullet. I took a $18.58 loss. USD. So there are two things I want to go over. One of them is on the first trade that I took. So basically here, I should have waited for a more clearer displacement. Like this was just one candle, right? I should have waited for a few more up candles and then a fair value gap creation within it. And then once price retraced into that, that's when I should have taken the buy. The second trade, what I definitely should have done was left my limit order and not take the market order. Because time and time again, I noticed that whenever I set a limit and I don't get filled, I end up tracing price and setting a market order. And then it leads to a bad risk to reward along with a higher loss, which is what happened here. Had I just left my limit order, I would have gone filled. Unfortunately, this still would have been a loss, but I wouldn't have lost as much as I did. So moving forward, we're gonna just leave the limit orders until the close of the 11 a.m. candle. This specific scenario, because I didn't get filled and it hit 11 a.m., I wouldn't have even been in this trade. I could have avoided a loss, but because I let my emotions get the best of me, it resulted in a bigger loss than it could have been, because I did a market entry instead of a limit order, and overall it was just unnecessary. So yeah, I'll take that into consideration for the next trades. Alright guys, so it's currently 7:21 a.m. I just entered a trade and I'm looking to target this right here. So as you can see, I'm in the trade right now. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not. My stop loss is up here, take profit is down here. So I was waiting on the 1 hour for the 9 a.m. candle to close and the 10 a.m. to open. So I drew the top and the high and the low of the 9 a.m. candle, and then I marked out my areas of liquidity. So once 10 o'clock candle opened, price continued higher, swept liquidity, and I was waiting for displacement. And my entry was on this little fair value gap right over here. Right here, as you can see. Now we're waiting for price to continue lower. I'm looking for price to sweep these lows right here. But first I'd like to see the candle close below the order block. I think once we hit like a 2R, when I'll move my stop to break even. Let's see here. Okay, so we swept this. I'm looking for price to continue. Damn, like watching price fluctuate that quick is intense. Because I'm currently up 28 bucks, which I'm usually not used to seeing that. I gotta be really patient here, guys. I've actually like limited my mindset to a $20 profit, which is really bad. That's some pretty strong price movement. I can't be looking at the money. Just gotta be looking at the charts. Like I honestly shouldn't even be looking at this chart because I already made my decision and took my entry. Going in, accepting a $22 loss does not look too great. I have to remain calm. I can really feel my emotions like rising right now. Sorry guys, I just woke up. That is not what I want to see. Oh, I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe. Please do not respect this fair value gap, please. You know what's constantly going through my head right now? It's like, don't look at the P&L, and also, I came in here willing to lose $22, right? Which is not a lot, but like to me it is, because I've been kind of on a losing streak. I'm constantly reminding myself that I shouldn't care about the outcome of the trade. I should just care that I executed well. And I'm gonna continue to execute it consistently. So I'd like to see a candle close below here. So we swept the one right here, this one swing low, Now I'm waiting for price to come down here and hopefully fill in this, I think, 15-minute fair value gap. I don't like that we're rejecting off this fair value gap. I'd very much like for price to break below it. Another thing that's going on through my mind is like, wow, it's so easy to hold your losers, but when you're winning, you don't hold. You take profit too early and you end up regretting it because it hits your initial take profit. You lose money and you mess up the risk to reward ratio. So I'm just constantly telling myself to breathe right now. Just breathe. I know I'm definitely going to come out stronger after this trade because I am managing my emotions. At least I'm trying to. There is a part of me that wants to just like take the $20 profit. And I think my mind is sticking to the 20 because as of right now, I make $20 an hour at my part-time job. And it's honestly really limiting. It's limiting me a lot, my psychology at least. And I'm trying to get past that because realistically, 20 is such a small number. Like, I should be at least aiming for 100. If we could break past this and close below it, I'd be pretty confident in it hitting my take profit. Come on, just so close. Okay, so we're breaking lower. Okay, so now I'm gonna move my stop to break even. Currently up $45. Wow, I mean, we retraced pretty quick, but I just have to tell myself to relax and just trust the strategy. Like, I came here to execute a plan, not to, I mean, obviously I came here to make money, but I gotta breathe. Remember, this is a risk-free trade. And honestly, for the most part, I think I did a pretty good job. Like, the entry was pretty good. You know, it's kind of comforting. It's like my old strategy would have been to draw the fib from here to here and then take a buy on the 0.75. But in my head, I'm like, on most times when I did do that, price continued to go lower. So that's giving me some more ease of mind, not gonna lie. I do love this rejection though. If we could just continue to go lower, that would be much appreciated. I gotta keep in mind that this is a risk-free trade. This is a risk-free trade. Staying disciplined, but this chart is not helping. I don't know, I actually really enjoy this. Something about reading a chart within a set time frame, and when you're right, you feel like you're on top of the world. When you're wrong, not so much, but hey, at least you enjoyed the process. At least I do. Even though right now I'm feeling all sorts of emotions, but I just gotta trust in my decision. But also, I'm not gonna lose anything if this trade doesn't work out, so gotta chillax. I mean, at this point, like, should I even watch the charts? Because it's only going to make it harder on my mental, but also, like, I already set my thing to break even. So even if I leave the charts, like, I shouldn't care, right? Come on, this could be it. Let's do it. Not like this. Come back. Let's do it. Nope, I can't be thinking about the money right now. This is it. Come on. Sweep the lows, continue lower, and break this order block, please. Dude, price just wants to go lower, man. Just let go. Just let go, please. Please bounce off this fair value gap. This is it. Breathe. Push past your limits. Yes. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. We did it. That was phenomenal, guys. Well, that was a pretty good day for me. As you can see, I had nothing to worry about. That was the best, actually. Like, what? I waited for a great entry. I got my great entry. I was scared when price went down. I was like, oh wow, I'm up like 20 bucks already. And then price retraced up. And I just said, breathe. I caught myself lacking. And through all this, I was breathing. I stuck to the plan, and I actually wrote a sticky note on my PC saying that I shouldn't care about the outcome, I should care about the execution, and that I execute it consistently, which is what I did. I had the mental to stick through this. Oh my god. Okay, guys. What a day. What a day. Alright, I'm gonna eat some breakfast. Take care. Alright guys, so it's currently Saturday, July 13th, 2024. And for the rest of the week, I didn't actually take any more trades on my live account. As you can see right over here, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see that. My last trade was the $65.98 profit. However, I did continue trading, except I did it on a FTMO free trial account. So I decided to choose a 10K account because they do have a promotion that I did end up buying, but that was separate. So basically there's the free trial and then there's the 10K funded account that I did buy. So I wanted to practice this strategy more without risking live funds or an actual account because, you know, the strategy is still new to me and I wanted to just get more comfortable with it. And I'm glad that I did go on the demo account because the next two trades ended up being losers. I did learn from them, so that's a great feeling when you can learn from your mistakes for free. So yeah, I mean, FTMO had a 10K account discount and I think it was like around $133 Canadian for me. So I decided to actually buy it because I don't know about like anywhere else around the world, but for Canadians, we recently just got this like GST thing, and basically every quarter we would get these checks, right? It just started a couple of days ago and it was for like $217. So I decided that, wow, this was a perfect opportunity for me to just buy a challenge. And I do like that FTMO, they do support MetaTrader 5. So it's what I'm comfortable with. And it's also FTMO, which I believe they've been in the industry the most longest. So that was a plus. I have 14 days for this demo trial, which is what I'm going to be trading like for the rest of the next 14 days. And then once I get more comfortable with it, I'm going to start trading my funded, or I'm going to start the phase 1 of the FTMO account. So I really hope everything goes well. I mean, I've been really enjoying learning this new strategy and I also love the way it works. So yeah, I think that'll be all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did enjoy learning this new strategy. And for those of you guys who are on the same journey as me, keep going. I know you guys can do it. You just gotta put in the work. Like, for example, for me, when I did start this demo on FTMO, there was a part of me that was like, what if I traded on the demo and it was a profit? That would mean I traded and made no money. But then I caught myself. I was like, hold on. This is a new strategy and, you know, you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it because you enjoy the process, right? Which I honestly do. And when I started thinking in that type of way, I was like, I actually really enjoy it. And, you know, money is a byproduct of trading. So first, let's just learn the skill and then enjoy the process. Eventually, the money will come. So, yeah, I mean, good luck to you all and peace.